1 in 5 people with learning disabilities that have a DNR had that DNR placed upon them during the first year of COVID. Not a surprise. And I know I'm speaking to the converted, but what did Do Not Resuscitate orders mean? It means that if you get to a certain point in your condition, in your recovery, we're not going to bother. We're not going to bother. You are easier for us to dispose of. Your life is not worth living, and should a family member, your friend, or anybody protest, we will say, well, they were disabled anyway. And I'm sorry, but this attitude is exactly what we see now with assisted suicide. Assisted suicide is just all of the same rubbish and wreckage we saw during COVID that they can't solve now with the language of rights, autonomy, and control, and individual liberty. Individual liberty. Well, if you've lived through COVID and you've never experienced pain in your life, and you know how broken our society is, you don't want to live as a disabled person. And so, of course, being able to choose the point at which you die is a privilege, and something that you want. But it's not a good death. It's not a good death. It's just cost efficient, and what it is morphine and a cocktail of drugs. The same drugs are used on death row and other things to kill you. This is not like taking a tablet, but woven in all together, we have a narrative now that disability is confusing, complicated, and you don't want to live our lives. But more importantly, if I may say so, disability has become harder to define and harder to advocate for now, because everybody rightfully is traumatized by COVID, has anxiety, has mental health conditions, and has all of these things, because we were all living lockdown lives and living lives that we weren't meant to live. Now, a lot of the conditions that you now call disabilities should be treated elsewhere and treated quicker. They're not long-term illnesses. But those systems and services that were there for you before haven't returned, because the state wanted you to do, and the NHS and social care, to do one thing, which was to be a mono-purpose entity and get rid of COVID. But even if you could say it got rid of COVID, it got rid of choice, autonomy, rights, and dignities for the most important people in our society, and the people that most need to be heard, and those that most know why this society and our democracy needs to change, because it got rid of the platform for people with disabilities to speak, which is why it is incredibly crucial that we're here today, and we ask again for more, and we do dissent. Because the one hope I have is that I know if we got another pandemic, that our society, our community wouldn't be able to lock down again. So God knows what the state will do next time.